If you're over 40 and you're looking to elevate your fitness game, this video is for you. We're diving into 6 epic kettlebell swing variations that will not only enhance your strength, but also improve your mobility and endurance. And if you're over 40 and you want to become strong, fit, and lean without going to the gym twice as fast, then download my free ebook in the first link in the description. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe hier. The kettlebell swing is one of the best exercises for building full body strength and explosiveness, especially for those of us who want to age like fine wine. But after 40, we need to focus not just on raw power, but also smart functional movements that enhance mobility, strength, flexibility, and longevity. These variations will challenge you and keep your workouts fresh. So grab your kettlebells and let's get right into it. First up, we have the double hand swing, also known as hardstyle. This exercise is one of the fundamentals of kettlebell training and one of the best high tension and explosive moves you can perform. Focus on a hinge with bent knees. Imagine sitting back into a deadlift position. Keep your chest up, shoulders back, and grab the kettlebell with both hands. Now, it's not just about lifting with your arms. It's all about generating power from your hips. Think of it like launching a slingshot, loading the tension at the back of the swing and then exploding upwards. This is a high tension movement, perfect for improving your power and building core strength, which is incredibly important as we age to maintain stability and posture. Next up is the single hand swing. This variation really takes things up a notch, challenging your core and grip strength. Same hinge with the bent knee, similar to the double-handed version, but now you're swinging with one hand. This really adds an extra level of tension to your body because now you need to resist the rotation and stay stable throughout. Make sure your offhand follows the motion of the kettlebell for balance. As with the double-handed swing, focus on driving the movement with your hips, stomping your feet into the floor, crushing grapes as the kettlebell leaves the backswing. This exercise helps build unilateral strength, which is key for injury prevention, especially as we get older. Now for the single hand pendulum swing. This version is a bit more fluid and dynamic, perfect for building endurance and enhancing hip mobility. The key difference here is the double bent knee during the hinge. You're hinging down, but also bending the knees a bit more, letting the kettlebell swing like a pendulum. You catch the kettlebell with bent knees, extending the legs in the back swing, go back into the bent knee position, and stand up straight. Keep the movement smooth and focus on maintaining rhythm. This is a high volume exercise, so it's less about power and more about maintaining control and smooth flow. The pendulum swing is fantastic for conditioning and fat loss, making it a great addition to your training after 40. Next up is one of my favorites, the hand-to-hand hybrid swing. This is where you blend the power of the hardstyle swing with the flow of the pendulum. With minimal knee bend, this swing has a mix of the slingshot-like tension from the hardstyle and the fluid motion of the pendulum. As the kettlebell reaches the top of your swing, smoothly pass it from one hand to the other, focusing on balance and control. This variation will test your coordination and keep your body guessing. It's a great functional move that's highly practical for everyday activities. And just in case if you're wondering what kind of kettlebell I'm using, it's the Pro Kettlebell by my friend Nikolai Puchlov, proudly made in the USA. Check the link in the description to get your Pro Kettlebell right now. And don't forget to use our code LEBEStark to get 10% off your next purchase. Now, let's double the challenge. The hardstyle double kettlebell swing is a killer strength builder. Same hinge movement, but now you're using 2 kettlebells. You keep your core engaged to resist any imbalance as you swing. Ensure you maintain the same explosive hip drive while keeping control of 2 kettlebells. This one will really build strength in your posterior chain, your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. Perfect for those wanting to add more resistance and build serious power. Last but not least, we have the double kettlebell pendulum swing. This one is all about endurance, mobility, and rhythm. Similar to the single hand pendulum swing, you're hinging with a double bent knee. Keep it fluid and controlled, but now with 2 kettlebells. You want to focus on controlling the rhythm and movement while ensuring your posture remains strong. This is an amazing exercise for conditioning, plus it helps improve your coordination and mobility. Great for active aging and keeping your joints healthy. Now that we've gone through all the 6 variations, let me give you some power tips at the end. The high tension techniques, also known as hardstyle, are powerful, but you have to be a little bit careful if you have lower back issues. You see, when we use explosive movements in that typical deadlift hinge style variation, there's also movement happening in the spine, and some people do not tolerate it as well. If that is the case, you might want to opt in for the pendulum altogether. Power tip number 2. I've gotten used to the pendulum swing because I believe this is one of the most efficient and effective ways to swing or clean or even snatch a kettlebell. However, sometimes I feel like that the high tension or hardstyle move is a little bit better when using heavier weights, because this typical deadlift movement pattern will engage your quads a bit more, helping you to absorb the impact. Power tip number 3. Even if you have been doing one particular style forever, or you prefer one over the other, you still want to learn both. It's a great coordination challenge for your brain to understand both styles and to be able to switch anytime you want. Consider it like running. If you go for a marathon, you don't use a sprinting technique, and vice versa. And by the way, we just dropped some brand new Lebe stock merch. If you want to cop a t-shirt, a hoodie, or a tank top, check the link in the description. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. Share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells, and if you made it this far, download my free ebook in the first link in the description called the Kettlebell Code. If you're over 40, 50, or 60, you don't have a lot of time, but you still want to take care of your fitness, this is where that handy kettlebell comes in. And we have specialized in helping people over 40 get in shape at home with the kettlebell without having to go to the gym. So if you want to get started for free and you need a shortcut to success, my ebook is perfect for you. So download it right now in the first link in the description. It's 100% free.